Kenneth Fareed, he's checked in for Laverne. And T subbed in for Darrell Arthur.
Only their first turnover of the game, taking terrific care of the basketball.
And that's one more key to their lead, guys. I mean, they're creating opportunities for each other and not the other team.
And here we go, Nuggets running again. There's the dish to Hickson. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Back to Nelson. Here's T. Gets an open look and hits.
And they're going to have a hard time climbing back into this game if they continue to defend like that.
Now here's Stuckey. Defense is right there. Another steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's T. Barton passes to Fareed. To the paint, and it's going to be a 3-second call. And Indiana making a change here. Whittington's checked in. Here's Indiana. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. Here's Buttinger. And that time, also a missed shot. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Also with the ball. Didn't think that was going to go in. Now here's Stuckey.
And, you know, for so long, the NBA has had 12-minute quarters. In last year's preseason, they began experimenting with the 10-minute quarters. Players seem to like it, but it would be a huge change philosophically in terms of how the game is played.
Here's the Nuggets now with the ball. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Here's T. And again, Denver with the triple.
You know, that wasn't the highest quality look. But for him, it doesn't matter. He doesn't need a great look to knock down the three.
And Clark, with the 10-minute quarters, the players felt like they were fresher during the game. Still, removing 8 minutes from an NBA game does have huge consequences.
Well, we must remember it's being experimented with right now. So keep that in mind. They also talked about shortening the preseason and doing other things to keep players fresher during the year. I like the thought process.
Launches the three. Another three for Denver.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
And it's Indiana's ball. Got a piece of it. Stuckey dishes to Buttinger. From deep, the long distance three is buried. Here's Young. Here's T. And again, Denver with the triple.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing.
Unhindered, going all the way. Pulls up for three. Count the bucket. Now Young.
Well, we all know how loud NBA arenas can get. I mean, last season there were some accusations thrown around that it wasn't all organic. I mean, some players felt as if some of the NBA crowd noise was artificial.
And Denver has possession. And Buttinger kicks to Stuckey. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Chase Buttinger. Some heavy accusations about artificial noise being pumped in last year. We've seen the issue in the NFL, talked about now in the NBA. Seeing it in other sports, there's a case that maybe the NBA's got to deal with this.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I know some stadiums, it might feel like there is extra noise being pumped in. And listen, there are a lot of fan bases that we have are just flat out loud. I mean, it can be electric. But having said that, I don't think we want to have the artificial noise being pumped in. I think it does the game a disservice.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's T. Good on the three-point shot. And here's Young. Outside Robinson. Another steal. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And he gets the bucket. Young with the ball. Tipped away. Nelson, the pass to T. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Lets it go from deep. And again, Denver with the triple. Nelson, the pass to T. Takes a three. Good. And a nice assist from Nelson. Nelson's got 6 assists in the game. Here's Indiana now. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. The feed to Hill. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
And the Executive of the Year award is an odd one. I mean, given yearly to the executive that was deemed to have had the best year with their roster, that is perhaps the hardest thing to evaluate.
Here's T. Another three for Denver. Here's Young. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. And for the Executive of the Year award, it's hard to evaluate because for GMs, Clark, it takes years of moves to reach a certain point.
Yeah, it's an annual award, but it's awarded for years of decisions, if that makes any sense. One big signing or trade isn't quite enough to win the award.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Another steal. And pushing it up, here's Denver. From downtown, another three for Denver. Now, here is Young. To the inside, out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
That one's checked in for Indiana. Their offense is really clicking.
Boy, and it's not hard to see them adding more points to this run right now.
The three ball. Count the bucket.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
Young against Nelson. He's all alone. Pulls up for three. And again, Denver with the triple.
Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch. And one bright note for the Pacers last season, was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
Denver calls timeout. They're leading by a ton. 1:29 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nuggets.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for T. And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
Clark, it's been a very successful stretch for him.
Kevin, you're exactly right. I mean, this has been some kind of run.
And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about. But all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yes, third in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. First in the NBA in bench rebounding and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
And Denver has possession here in the fourth quarter. Their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
Three-pointer, and again Denver with the triple.
This is a serious game-clinching run.
Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Another steal. And another fast break opportunity for Denver. Here we go. And again, Denver with the triple. They get a hand on it. And now the Nuggets, fast break. Three-pointer. That drops. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And that about wraps it up for Clark, Craig, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game. An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as a masterful performance.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
In terms of three-point shooting, this could be framed as a historic performance. Hitting that many three-point shots in a single game is borderline impossible. The pressure was off the rest of the guys offensively. They just had to worry about getting him the ball and setting screens. Then it was bombs away.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting...
You know what I'm saying? That's just how we do it. You know what I'm saying? Got that 400 motherfucking points in the yard. You know how we do it. But, 100. I mean, I'm gonna keep it 400. 400 points, bitch.